Hey everybody, today I'm tying a Hendrickson Comparadun. It has a TMC 100 size 12 hook in the vise and working with UTC 70 denier rusty brown thread. Now you saw I left a good tag end on that thread. I'm going to show you the reason for that in just a minute. The Comparadun is a version of the haystack, and sometimes you'll hear sparkle dun. They just differ in what the tail material is. Comparadun uses microfibettes split, so that's what I'm going to be using here. And to help me split those microfibettes, I'm going to put a small amount of dubbing on the back, form a little ball, and now when I take the microfibettes, I'm going to take 4 and lay that down across that bump, and as I tighten up on that, that little ball of dubbing will help splay these so that it makes it a little easier to split. I like working with them like this because it's a little easier to keep the ends the same length on each side rather than tying them in 2 or 2. So here you can see I'm going to take that tag end of that thread, come up between the split microfibettes fiber, and then I'm just going to tie over that to lock it down. Like I said, the Comparadun, Sparkle Dun, Haystack are all versions of the haystack that originally Fran Betters described. This is a very simple, few material dry fly. I actually fish Comparaduns probably more than the traditional Catskill style dry flies. So I'm just going to come over and come up against those tail fibers, and I'm just going to really want to lock it down to lock them in place. You can see here we have split, 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and that little ball of dubbing helps keep them separated. Now we're going to get ready to tie in the wing. I'm using Comparadun hair, which is a very fine deer hair. There is a fair amount of fur or fuzz in the deer hair down, particularly in here, and so I use a little comb to comb that out. So I'll cut the deer hair, small stack of it, comb it out, then stack it, and then we're going to lay that wing in up in the front of the fly. So that's what I'm working with now. So here's a bunch of the Comparadun hair, deer hair. I'm going to put in about a wing shaft of the hook length wing in, just a couple loose wraps over the top, and then a couple to cinch it down, and then I'm going to cut that deer hair at an angle. And you have to be careful you don't trim off those microfibettes in the process. There. Okay, now what we're going to do is the same thing you saw me do with the calf tail. I'm going to just put a drop of nail polish on the butts of those fibers just to give the fly a little more durability, make sure that wing is locked in. So I'm just going to go a couple looser turns over the cement, and then I'm going to come back and tighten that up a bit. Work my way up here to the front, and then I'm going to come in behind, in front of that wing, and some thread wraps to prop it up. And you see we have a little room in the front there. That's so we can put that last bit of dubbing front. The wing should be more towards the front, but not over the eye of the hook. So that looks about right. Just going to come in behind that And now we're going to get ready to put on the dubbing. Now, one of the things that I like about this dubbing that I'm going to use here, it's going to show you the package here. It's red brown Delaware River Club dubbing, and you can see there's various insects that can, and their genus and species names that are covered with each of the colors. Spectrumized dubbing is a dubbing that's made up of many individual primary colors. You can see in here there's some reds, some yellows, some pinks, some white, tan, and the idea is to give the overall impression of the tan color of the body of the Hendrickson, particularly the female Hendrickson. If you like to fish different ones for the male and female, you can tie a smaller version of this, maybe a 14 for the male, and use the dark brown color. It's a little more brown or a little more orange. So if you like to do that, you want to. So what I'm going to do here now is to put the dubbing on, and you don't want to overdo it on the dubbing. Here you can see the dubbing loose, just a little bit. This is they are a big mayfly, but you don't want to have a body that's overly built up, that's too thick. So we'll start with a smaller bit, and if I need more, I'll add it. Okay, now we're going to come up in front of that wing, and then we can tie that off with the rusty brown thread to form a head up in the front of the fly. Just going to get ready to whip finish this, and then we will have this fly complete. A little bit of nail polish on the thread, and then whip finish. And there you have the Hendrickson Comparadun with spectrumized dubbing. You can get that from Delaware River Club. Now, the idea of the Comparadun is that wing, that deer hair wing, should fan out and form like a half circle. So that's what I'm doing here. You will have to take that deer hair and kind of pull it out after you've got it tied in. You can do this right before you fish it, but that's the Comparadun. I'll show you the back, or view from the back. You can see that wing is fanned out, and what that allows it to do is to sit flat in the water. There's nothing in the bottom here, so it sits low in the water column. It can mimic an emerger, the dun. You can even fish this as a spinner. So there you have it, the Hendrickson Comparadun.